So the tools that I'm going to show you today are some of the tools that I'm going to be taking into the woods for my artist residency. This is just a small kit of tools that you might want to take into the woods to do some bodging or some green woodworking, obviously with the landowner's permission. So let's have a look at what I've got. I've got my old camping backpack. This thing is about 20 years old, but it's still going strong. And this is what I plan to use to take all my heavy tools into the wood. So it's got a good back to it. So it's reinforced. So it'll keep the weight off my actual back itself. Another really handy thing about this backpack is it has a rain cover, and I think that's going to be really important because the weather has really changed here in Wales and it looks like it's going to be a wet residency. So I'm going to keep the rain cover on this, and I'll keep my tools in here to keep them dry when I'm in the woods. So that's quite important. So I'm going to go through the tools one by one. First off, I've got the throw. And the good thing with the throw is it packs down. So you use it like this. But you pack it down for storage and transport. It's still heavy though. The second thing to go in is a mallet. This is a mallet that I've made for the throw from a piece of oak. So it's quite sturdy and it's got a good weight to it. So that is the next thing to go in. I have two saws that I'm going to take. I've got a folding saw. This one's Japanese Z saws, 240mm blade. So only for cutting branches really, or for cutting joints, but that's really compact. The other saw I've got is the bow saw, and this is not compact at all. This is a 30-inch bladed bow saw, and that will not fit in the backpack, so I'm going to have to carry that separately, which is a pain. You can get them shorter, but I think for what I need, I think I need a 30-inch blade. That's going to be going. Next up, I've got a hatchet. So that's the next thing to go in. Next up, I've got the side axe, and this has got a blade cover on there, so that's good. I don't have to worry about that. This is a modern axe. It has been sharpened. It is super sharp. I will need to sharpen while I'm in the woods, and for that I've got two small water stones, and they start from 300 to 600 grit on this one, and I think this one is 1,000. I don't think I'm going to be short of water while I'm out there, so that's why I went for these as opposed to oil stones. I've got a couple of pairs of gloves for PPE. I've got some just general ones. I know these fit me really nicely, and I've got some leather ones, give me a bit more protection. I've got some spectacles, and I've bought myself some steel toe cap boots as well. For marking, I've got a crayon. This is specifically for doing woodwork in a timber yard, so it's like a large crayon. I've got a cheapo tape measure, which I don't have to worry about getting rusty. And I think that's enough. So let's see what it's like getting it into the backpack. One last thing I forgot to mention is my pocket knife. This one is by the French company Opinel. It's a 2.5-inch manual folding pocket knife. In the UK, you're legally allowed to carry a folding knife like this up to 3-inch blade length. Anything longer than that and it's against the law. So always check that before you go anywhere with a knife for woodcraft. So that's got to go in there as well. I'm going to start off with the heavier tools. I'm going to put that in the top section. This backpack's got 2 sections actually, and initially I thought about opening it up into one section, but it's quite good to separate these tools. So I'm going to put the bulkier stuff at the top, so the weight's higher up on my back. So that's the mallet, the throw, and the 2 axes. I've got the side axe and my hatchet. And I put the weight down. All the blades are protected, so I won't be putting a hole into the side of my backpack. So it's those 4 items are going in the top. I'll do that up. That's the majority of the weight. So in the bottom section, I've got my gloves, I've got my folding saw, my pocket knife, and the water stones for sharpening. Okay, so there we have fully loaded backpack. It's about 15 kilograms. This backpack's quite comfortable. It's got a lot of padding and a lot of straps to keep it on your body. This all helps with the weight. It's just a shame that the bow saw is too big to fit in, because I'm going to have to carry that separately. So from my experience being outdoors for any length of time, you really need tarp protection, because it's going to be raining, especially here in Wales. And with tarps, you really can't get enough. So I will be securing that to the trees to create a bit of shelter for me. So I've got some cord for tying it up to the trees. So I need to practice my knots because I'm not the best. That's really comfortable. You could probably hike for a few miles with that. Okay, well that's me sorted then. Got the bow saw, got all the tools, got my train pass, so I shall see you in the woods.